We begin with the latest from Southeast Asia, where crisis-ridden Bangladesh is turning to controversial billionaire George Soros to rescue its troubled economy. Now, Alex Soros, the son of George Soros, met with Bangladesh's head of interim government, Muhammad Yunus, in Dhaka. Alex Soros expressed his support for the interim government's reform agenda. Reports say the meeting focused on Bangladesh's economy, reforms, investments, media freedom, cybersecurity, and addressing the Rohingya crisis. The two also discussed tracing Bangladesh's siphoned off assets. Alex Soros also reportedly said that the student movement that ousted Sheikh Hasina's government offered great opportunities to chart a new course. George Soros' son, Alex Soros, is the chairman of the Open Society Foundations, or the OSF. He was in Dhaka as a part of a delegation that included the OSF president, billionaire N18G. Now, this is the second meeting between Soros and Yunus in 3 months after the duo met in New York last year in October, just after the Nobel laureate took charge following the fall of the Sheikh Hasina regime. Interestingly, the meeting also comes just days after the Trump administration signaled a halt to billions of dollars in aid to Bangladesh. Donald Trump has decided to freeze all U.S. financial aid abroad. As per reports, Muhammad Yunus asked the OSF to help recover around $234 billion that were allegedly removed illegally from the country during Sheikh Hasina's regime. Relations between Yunus and George Soros' OSF go back to 1999, when he got an $11 million loan from the Soros Economic Development Fund to let Grameen Telecom, a non-profit linked to Yunus, take 35% stake in Bangladesh's biggest telecom operator. In December, former OSF President Mark Malloch Brown also met with Yunus in Dhaka. Now, over years, George Soros, who was conferred with the highest civilian award in the US by Joe Biden, has remained a controversial figure. Reports claim that his NGO, OSF, has been accused of regime change in Eastern Europe, West Asia, and Latin America. Some even claim the OSF played a role in Sheikh Hasina's downfall. Now, Sheikh Hasina also hinted at US role in her ouster, but did not elucidate. Now, Soros has also been frequently peddling anti-India propaganda. His renewed ties with Bangladesh's Yunus also come at a time when tensions between New Delhi and Dhaka are at their peak. So the OSF money flowing into Bangladesh is bound to influence its decision. The Soros-Yunus meeting also comes as Bangladesh's interim government said that it would seek to scrap some uneven agreements on borders with India. George Soros' son visit to Bangladesh is also timed to Yunus's weakening position. Despite claiming to hold power with a promise to hold elections within 3 months, Yunus seems far away from being ready to conduct elections. So discontent among political parties is already brewing. To divert attention from such crucial issues, Yunus has time and again launched an anti-India tirade. He has been repeatedly bringing up India over border issues and calling for the extradition of Sheikh Hasina, who has been residing in India since her ouster. So, is Muhammad Yunus turning to George Soros to harden his anti-India propaganda to cover up failures of his interim government in Bangladesh?
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. City measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
We were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote efforts. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.